I haven't made a video for a while, so I thought I'll quickly just catch you up on our weekend away. So it was me and my husband's anniversary. We were 29 years married on the 19th and the 20th of November. The 19th we got married in court, and the 20th we got married in church. That's why we celebrate two dates. And we were fortunate enough to get a cottage from a student's mom, or ex-student's mom. And she offered this cottage to us before, and we basically had to just pay for our gas and water, so it was extremely cheap. And I obviously didn't show the cottage, but yeah, I just showed the lagoon and how close it was to the actual house. We were allowed to canoe and use some of these boats, but we did not. It was coolish this weekend, and there was many other things to do. We did drive around in our bakkie a bit on the ground, on the roads. We wanted to figure out how to get from the lagoon, from our cottage, walking to the sea, because we knew the sea wasn't that far, but we just didn't know which roads to take. And of course, what threw us off was the actual road that we were supposed to take had a no entry sign. So we ended up not going in there for the first two days, but then the third day we decided, no, we're going to go in there, and that was the right road to take. So here we were just driving and exploring the landscape and things like that. There was a few birds, not as many as I expected, and then there was also a lot of field mice. So the trail that we were taking had this little identification as a lighthouse. We thought at one stage there must be a lighthouse, but no, there was no lighthouse. It was just the trail that was being identified as a lighthouse. And my husband had already climbed over the gate over there, and and there where I'm pointing is where the sea is, and this is the way that we came from here down from the mountainside up. So now we were walking. The whole trip was around about 7 kilometers, because we kind of got lost and detoured, but it's at 3 kilometers to the beach and 3 kilometers back. And here I was thinking this was the last hill, the last sand hill to the beach. I had taken my shoes off once the sand was all soft. And I thought, okay, now you're all going to experience the sea with me as we reach the top. Of course, it wasn't quite like that. Reached the top, and there it was, another whole stretch to the beach. I mean, it looked so far still to the beach, but the whole walk was like that. If you don't know where you're going, it just feels a lot longer, because you expect everything to be around the next corner, and then it isn't. But when you go back, it's like faster, because you kind of know now what's happening. So that's the beach, and it was so quiet. Obviously, this was now a Sunday morning, the actual day of our anniversary, the 20th of November. And over there you can see there's a cross. I'll show you a picture of that just now. I also have that on my status, and then I'll show you just the surroundings. Now we're at the top here of the sand dune. That's the road or the mountainside we came from, and that's just the 360 degrees. It was absolutely breathtaking. The weather was absolutely perfect. We saw 4 other people in the far distance, but there was nobody around where we were. We didn't stay long at the beach. It was starting to get hot, and we just quickly had a bite to eat and water to drink, and then we headed back again. And we were hungry by the time we got home, and had a lovely bacon and egg breakfast. So here at this one stage, I'm handing my phone over to my husband so he can record me running. I run so funny, I must tell you. So I felt like running, because now eventually we were hot and sweaty, and the sea was right there, and the end was in sight. So that was very nice. I dropped my shoes somewhere closer, and then I went and felt the water at least. Like always, seawater or the sea is quite cold. You will get used to it, but we did not swim. We actually not that big swimmers. I like to cool off sometimes, but yeah, it's a whole different thing swimming in clothes and then having wet clothes, to walk in. That's not comfortable. Okay, and then he was taking some video of me far off, and then I started walking back. I took the camera from him again, and then I'll actually point out what you see from this beach. Now, obviously, we could have walked a lot further if we wanted to, going to the left or to the right, but we had done enough. And so the one side, that side is Hermanus. So the houses that you can see that side is Hermanus, and on the other side is Gansbaai. So this is this rugged beach between this. It seems like there is a fisherman's, You can fish here. Obviously you need to drive all the way in here. And this is that cross that I showed you earlier on from close up. So it's just more like a beacon. It's not like somebody died there or something. But look at that beautiful background. And then on the way to our walk to the beach, we found this tree. And it was no activity of birds. It's like it was a dead graveyard tree full of nests. It wasn't a particularly pretty tree or nothing, and this is what we found. And underneath the tree I just happened to see a few loose nests, so I picked them up. And here I'm just showing you closest. 2 of them still has the branch attached. Obviously with time they broke off or fell off or something like that. I don't know how that happened. But I've got 3. I was picking it up specifically for one little boy that I know likes nature a lot, and I've given him feathers and lots of other things before, and he will appreciate a nest. And then a few hundred meters from that dead tree, we actually found a live tree. And I actually just left the sound on for you so you can hear the background noise full of birds chirping. And this was the tree that now, they obviously had moved from that tree to this tree. It's an odd tree to have nests in. So I have 2 extra nests. If any of you are interested, just give me a shout, and first come first serve, and then you can choose a nest to hang in one of your trees at your home. Keep well and chat to you soon. Bye.